interesting in the mage that I'm playing a lot of characters now, but that's fine. We'll figure it out.
Tell me when you're ready.
Oh yeah, I'm already recording you.
Okay. Oh boy, what a session. We started off with Francisco picking up a book called Volo's Guide to Children's Stories, Drow edition, and reading one of the stories from it to his daughter Janet. He read The Spider Who Sang Too Loud by matron mother Yonel Banray in 1484 DR. For children of the Underdark, ages infant until they learn. A cautionary tale about hubris and drawing the attention of Rothe herself. After he finished the story, Janet was fast asleep with a quick back and forth with Annabelle about Drow society being really bloody strange. He left them to check in on the rest of the party, and the rest of the party were resting in the observatory, trying to figure out what to do next. Talos pretty much wandered around people watching. Helga was in the hot tub soaking up both beer and steam. Ben was doing Ben things, and Sabryn went to find a place to play her flute where things got odd. For starters, her shadow made fun of her while she was playing, and it had never done that before. She could also hear something laughing and giggling at her. It then stopped. She called Talos in, and Helga also came as she felt something wrong with Sabryn. Neither could tell what was going on, but Helga did Helga things and smashed her shadow with her axe. The shadow moved out the way. Helga then went on smashing, but the shadow kept moving away from her axe. Sabryn got angry, summoned her Hexblade, and smashed her own shadow. It screamed, then bled. She also took the damage and was cut in the same place she had swung at. Her blade then looked deep inside and told her that something else was a hold on her, and it's just woken up. Talos assumed that the moment that the imp saw they were in the mirror vision must be what the cause is. Talos then got met. What?
That was a spelling error. What's that?
Talos then got a message from Volo asking him to drop by. Not knowing what else to do, they got dressed and headed back to their Vardo, where they met up with Francisco and a very drunk Tooth, and found Volo. Volo was in his office with the matron mother. Talos was given a teleportation circle scroll to Volo's tower, just in case they ever needed it. Francisco and the matron mother at this point got a sending from Valin. She had found his father and wanted permission to engage. After a quick conversation, Francisco nodded, and the go-ahead was given. The mountain they were in then shook. The ensuing earthquake that Valin was causing far off to the north. With a quick scry from Tooth, with his crystal ball, he had seen what happened. Valin shook off her disguise and transformed into her true Archlick self and exploded part of the mountain to crush Princes and his Drow minions. She also had about 60 undead behind her, waiting to go in after the dust and shaking settled. Tooth saw her look right at the invisible scrying orb beside her, smiled, cackled, and told him to shoo as she started blasting away to find if he was still alive or dead. Not that she really cared. The matron mother at this point told everyone she would call them whenever she gets here with either a corpse or a live body. 6 hours later, they were called, and it was indeed a corpse. Tooth and Helga stood guard at the doors, and as neither wanted to see what was about to happen. Inside, Francisco found all four matron mothers, Lilith, and the council staring at the Lynn, hovering over the crushed bodies of princes. Francisco finally got his first look at his father. He started to get extremely angry, and Valin's voice in his head told him to calm down. She can bring him back at any moment so that he can have his. She also walked over and handed him the pendant they were asked to retrieve about 3 weeks ago. The pendant was warm to the touch as Francisco started to play with it. The matron mother came over and held out her hand. Francisco, being Francisco, ignored her and channeled a bit of magic into it to see what would happen. Well, he almost died because of that. A very sharp spider thread came out and weaved all around him. The long, dead voice of Lolth entered his head and told him that only true full-blood Drow are worthy of such a gift, and he was neither. For the next week, he's at 13 hit points, as almost all of his soul was drained into the necklace. After he got his breath back and handed it over, Lynn took her exit after informing them all that Princey's work stuff is in their bardo. Next to the torture of Princey's, after Lilith brought him back to life and the place wards around him, the matron mother cleared the room to let Francisco finally have his revenge on the yoke of the man. There was blood, sweat, and tears that followed over the next hour, where they really didn't learn much other than his loathing of women and that men should rule. It ended with Princey's own sword through his neck where it was left. Through his eye.
Okay. I thought
Through,
you did say neck. Okay.
I thought it said eye. I might have said neck.
We'll go with both. First one, then the other.
Yeah. Or maybe someone else stabbed him in the eye. I can't remember. Sorry. Our party then left the matron mother and Lilith to clean up. And tomorrow they will bring him back once again to face the mirrors and be judged. Our party then drank a little bit to calm down and decided to take stock of what was left of them. It was mostly items that were still on his desk before everything was smashed, some documents to go over later, but it was the magic items they were interested in first. Most were cursed items, but one wooden box looked out of place. Francisco picked it up and played with it for a bit, trying to open it, as it had no latch or keyhole. He then felt good as the box gave him a short rest and cast bless on him. He then failed the wisdom saving throw. As this was the Pyxis of Pandemonium, and next session we all start off in a maze somewhere as they were all pulled in.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Shoot, that box that he picked up is a legendary item that basically makes you want to open it after it makes you feel really, really good. There's a lot of options. Maze was probably one of the best ones to roll. There was a couple others that might have killed all of you outright. Yeah, it was a good lucky roll. And now I will move you over to the maze that you guys are currently at.
Oh boy.
Not one of the characters yet. So you find yourselves in a random place. You've teleported a couple times through trees. This is your first time. I don't think Talos has even teleported you guys yet via a circle, have you?
Not yet, I don't think.
No, this is technically the first time you've been transported somewhere. This is like a blink of an eye. You're somewhere and then you're somewhere else. You find yourself in a old, dusty. It's not really a cave because the walls are like formed. There's brick. It's all around you, and I think all of you, thankfully, except for Talos, has dark vision. Talos, I gave you 5 feet of light because I'm pretty sure you can create yourself your own torch. So, as you guys enter, Tooth, you're by yourself. Talos, you're all alone. Francisco, you're all alone. You don't hear any other sounds near you at all. But then you hear a voice, deep, rumbling voice. Intruders. I know not how you came to this place. This is used by our young for a sacred rite of passage, to honor one of our greatest warriors and teachers. You profound this place and must be punished. But that is not what we are taught. We are taught to give you all a chance to prove yourselves worthy of our friendship. So, even though I should just come find you and take your heads as trophies, as is their teaching, I will allow you a chance to escape. But it will not be easy unless you have the wits to find your own way out. You then hear the walls tremble a little as you hear the sounds of hidden mechanical levers and magic flicker on, and you can tell that the maze is active. I will take perception roll, please.
I should have asked you this at the beginning. Would Tooth have had an opportunity for either a long or short rest in the last session?
No.
Neither?
Uh, well, technically, you stood guard at a door for a while, so I'll say short rest. Yes, you're
Okay,
the
you don't
man
need to give
door.
it. If I was guarding, you
No,
don't need to give it to me. I just.
no. If you're just standing at a door, that's a good short rest. I can't remember how long we said that went on for. I'll say an hour. But you were technically drunk, so you would have had a little bit of time to sober up because you were celebrating the fishing and death of a new friend. So I will take perception rolls. Of course, Talos rolls 28.
Okay. I did not catch the bird.
No, that's fine. Birds are fast, buddy.
I know. I'm trying not to like trip over shit in the
I know.
basement. Oh fuck! My perception's for 5.
Is it sight based or it's dark?
Right here, it's like completely dark, but do you have dark vision?
Yeah,
I think
I
you
have
have
dark.
60 feet. Yeah. Ooh. So if you look at your token, oops, let me get rid of everything's brand new. Here we go. You'll just be able to see what's in front of you because I do have dynamic lighting.
All right, I will take no advantage for that then, and that will be
No.
that'll be 23 without.
It's okay. Francisco, you can at least see things around you. There's a couple barrels behind you, but you don't understand what's going on. You're definitely in like 10-foot ceilings, and you can tell this place was built. This is not like a cave or anything. This is definitely man-made structure. Um, Talos and Tooth, you guys definitely know that with that perception, you hear things moving and slowly getting closer. What they are, you have no idea. After the voice, you haven't heard a soul. You haven't heard a thing. But this is a maze spell, and because it's a spell, you can all have an intelligence roll to see if you can immediately escape out and leave your friends here.
I give myself a border collie.
Uh,
Like, come on, Francisco, you can get out of this. Think. It's all good if not, but I'm gonna ask.
Guessing a 12 doesn't get me out of the maze.
12 does not get you out of the maze. You need a 20. Ooh, and Talos doesn't even get a 20. I will let you you don't have guidance, so I'll let you use a bardic sure. For you, I think you almost need to hit like a nat 20.
Yeah, basically. They have guidance from the box or something.
You have bless.
Bless. Bless
But
is
that
what.
went away immediately when you failed your wisdom save, sir.
Fuck. Okay.
As punishment for going here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on D8 now.
Okay.
I forgot. So that's handy. Come on, baby. You really need to treat me right. Oh, oh, wait, I, wait. Ugh, ugh.
Can't see them.
Hold on. Let me turn the thing.
Won't
Yes.
focus.
Hold
Tell
on.
me what you got, bud.
It's a nat 20. I'm really happy about this.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Freaking.
Well,
Hold on. See it.
Francisco, somehow you know where you currently are. One of these barrels looks like it's an instant teleport out. Would you like to take it, sir?
Fuck yes.
All right then.
Sorry, guys.
So,
Francisco.
can you don't know he's gone?
No, I don't.
I don't know where y'all are either. So
Can I now have you roll me initiative, please? Actually, it doesn't really matter. I'll just start moving things all along the board. So,
Oh,
you
5
have-
with advantage. I
oh man, I can't even see what's going on. Damn.
have
I'll put you back
advantage.
on to the 3.
Sweet.
Holy shit.
Can I just like move around? No.
That really quickly went from, well, I guess we're getting a new character from AJ today to, oh, I guess he's surviving. First one out.
Okay. All right. You guys can feel free to move your movement speed. I'll put you on the board here. The tooth. You get a 5. So,
Am I too big? I'm seeing little squares and they
yeah, no,
seem
if you zoom in, you're good. Yeah.
okay.
This map is like squares upon squares. It's
I got you.
you're
Yeah,
fine.
I get why. Yeah.
Yep. So, because this is a spell, every round you can roll a d20 to try and find your way out.
Mm.
That's how the spell itself works. It is a 10-minute concentration. Not that you guys know that. But as you guys start moving, you hear other things start moving.
Oh my god.
So, Talos, where are you headed? You have a little spot to the right and in front of you. Is there anywhere you specifically would like to go, sir?
Well, first port of call is going to be using the Cyberdyne unit to make a torch to actually see.
Okay.
Or is that
So
the like you'll give me?
torch is 5 feet. That's why I already gave you 5 feet. I assume you created a torch.
Oh, the torch is only 5 feet. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess I go north.
Unless you have the light spell.
I do not have the light spell.
Okay. All right.
Why not? Gosh.
No.
Can't you make a flashlight?
That's why he's got 5 feet of light. Yeah. Yeah, it's technically a torch. But you could create a lantern. Lantern's 20 feet. Let me give you 20. You would know to create a lantern.
This seems like a bad room to just walked into.
All right. So you went around too. So Talos, you'd be able to tell there's currently nothing there. Your passive doesn't hear anything. Tooth, you came to a dead end.
No, okay. There's nothing in here. Just gonna come back the way he came. Are we already on rounds, round by round?
Yeah, pretty much
With
like
movement?
there'd be a few things like moving along with you guys that you just haven't found yet or heard.
Okay. So I should move no more than 35
It's your
feet
movement, unless
until
you're
you talk
dashing.
again, pretty
Yep.
much.
And
Okay.
you can also every round take a roll to see if you can escape the maze because it's technically a spell. You can use your action every round to roll, and you got to hit a d20 intelligence.
I might as well roll every round because I got a +0.
Yeah.
I can with I'm not negative on intelligence. I have a +0.
Okay.
So are we on round 2?
We're technically round 2. Yeah.
That's a natural 1. Am I in a maze within a maze now?
No. Oh, and
You're
that's
there
what happened to
permanently.
Talos too.
Go side of the
Talos.
spectrum.
Bye-bye, Talos. Talos, you just randomly sit there and something brings you back. Maybe you're smart enough to know this is a spell and kind of belong here. Tooth, you're now technically the only one on the board until you decide to find. Well, let me start rolling for these guys. Oh my god! Come on, Brandon. Helga got a nat 20.
Helga's
Come
out.
on.
But
Helga's out, and I have
well,
Sabryn with her.
Helga. Oh, I was about to say Helga would definitely be wait for Sabryn, but Helga might want to wait for Tooth.
They, they might look, but I already rolled it, and they were together because they're connected by a card. Okay. Well, not that you know it, Tooth. You're the last one here because rolled a 20.
I think Tooth assumes he's always been the only one here, so he doesn't.
Possibly.
Yeah, he doesn't know if his friends are in danger or not. Are we in round 3?
You're technically in round 3, yes. By the time you come to there, you
Yes, that's 30
definitely
feet.
hear, yeah, you definitely hear something, but you don't know what it is. It's almost as if it's on the other side of the wall.
What? Which wall? Here?
Here.
Oh.
You hear something like brush against the wall.
Brushing against the wall. I think.
I'm just bringing these guys in so they can see you and they can follow you along.
All right, so Tooth. Okay, remind me when the voice spoke to all of us. Did it address Tooth as an individual? Did it seem to address a collective of people? You all are down here.
Definitely collective. Yeah.
Okay, so Tooth is officially looking for his friends.
Okay.
So he hears that brush sound. That was around 3 movement. That was 30. I took 30 feet, so I'm gonna roll again. That's 15. I have a what do I have? A 5% chance. So all right. So round 4 here. He's gonna go up this way. He's gonna say, Francisco, Sabryn. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Talos, Helga.
What's your passive?
My passive is 15.
Okay. You definitely don't hear anything.
All right, Tooth figures out that he's moving away from that wall where he heard the noise, but he can't do anything about it. That is a 6. Round 5 movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Bad. That's full movement. So he'd like to take I don't know what it would be. Maybe an investigation with maybe I'd get my advantage on the investigation for trying to determine where this is. What kind of stones are these? What kind of hallway is this? Is this Underdark or what's going on? Okay. So that's going to be an 18.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. So an 18's enough to be able to tell this is definitely has hints of kind of dwarvish, but a little different. Most of these tiles and stuff are much bigger than a dwarf would be able to handle.
When you
Like
say
almost triple the size of what a dwarf would work with.
so, not Duergar, not door, but different in
No,
that way.
no. The atmosphere here definitely has like a dwarvish feel to it. A little bit. Yeah, this one's
Could it
harder.
be
Now you never
giants?
really see
Could it be giants, or does he not know enough about?
possibly something larger. Most of the ceilings in
Ooh.
most of the places here are high enough for someone tall to get
So he's gonna keep moving.
and give me before you get there. When you get there, yep, stop moving there. Oops, sorry, I'm on the wrong layer. When you hit there, you do hear some sort of like coming in front of you.
Hmm.
Uh,
Um,
give me another perception.
sound based, right?
Or just in general.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. You definitely see like scratch marks going along the edge here and there.
Kind of claw marks.
Not claw, no.
Tooth is gonna prepare
I'll take a
himself.
history roll.
Yeah. That is a 12.
Yeah, they're high up, so kind of hard to tell because you are quite
All right.
small.
Yeah, Tooth's keeping an eye on the ceiling a little bit, but he's grabbing his claw and he's moving forward around this corner.
Right. Around that corner, you come across something weird and green and cubish and feels like acid.
Hmm.
And it definitely runs up and hits you. You have a gelatinous cube in front of you, sir.
Does it look corporeal to
No.
Tooth? Or no?
This reminds you of Grimgrin
Ooh.
in his
Okay.
liquid form.
But to Tooth's mind, it's not completely transparent. Like if he hit it with something, it would hit something.
It kind of looks like a big piece of jelly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
these things
great.
just have a terrible.
I have a 5 initiative, so
It's not a 2, sir. It's got a -4 to its initiative.
do I take the intelligence roll as an action, or do I take it every round regardless?
It's an action. You have to try and find something. Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So Tooth has the first attack here then. Tooth is going to get right into it and take 2 swipes. That is a 13 and a 17.
It's got an AC of 6.
Alrighty. Here we go. That is a total of, that is 13 slashing on the first and 17 slashing on the second.
Absolutely. Not you carve. These things aren't really. Looking at the 2024 one, I thought these guys were like resistant to piercing, slashing, and all that, but I guess it's not anymore. Okay. Weird. Cool. Well, this thing is going to engulf you, sir.
Oy.
Can I have a strength save? Do you
Sure.
rage by chance?
Not yet.
Okay.
20, dirty 20.
Oh, okay. You managed to succeed. Oh, sorry. I'll still take the roll. What's your dex bonus? It's a dex save, sorry.
Oh, my dex save is
Yeah, you rolled a 13. Oh, never mind. You rolled a 13. It's a DC 12. Yeah, you managed to negate being swallowed by this thing. So I'll move it right back.
I also,
You
if it's a
will.
dex save, I have advantage
Yeah.
on things I can see.
Okay, perfect. You
Um,
move out of the way
okay.
anyway. Does a 15 hit you?
A 15 does not.
Okay. Your passive perception, sir, here's more running. This one's more of a something's coming, something big's coming from behind you.
From behind.
Yep.
How does this gelatinous cube look?
Kind of hard to tell, but
Yeah.
semi getting less cubish and more round.
Okay. Could he? Did he seem to move not very fast? He kind of just
Did not
squished
move
over
very
to me.
fast at all. Yep.
Okay, cool. Does two think there's any way to physically get by him? Taking an action to, I don't know what that would be. It would not be a shove.
No,
Not this thing.
it's pretty much a athletics check to jump through this.
Yeah,
This thing
well,
has the ability to like pretty much hold on to you and um, it pretty much engulfs you.
alrighty. So Tooth is, I guess he can't rage right now, or am I still within a round of that?
Oh, his turn's over, so it's your full turn.
Yeah, okay. So I have an advantage on athletics checks. I am going to try to vault him.
Okay.
Oh, that's very good. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. He takes up the entire space, so you could go through him, not over him.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's
what I'm
like
doing.
he's like a 5 by 10 foot whole thing.
All right,
A
he's
20
trying to
is
power
enough that
through.
you'd be able to go right through this thing. Yeah, easily.
Alrighty. So does Tooth, is this part of my movement now?
Yeah, you're going to be double movement going through it.
Five,
And you'd be able to
10.
tell, yeah, you'd be able to tell that as soon as you went through, if you stayed inside there, you were going to start to melt with acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I got through. All right, so
Yep.
that's 5, 10 getting through it, 15, uh, 20, 25, 30, 35. Tooth is picking up his pace. That's the end of his turn.
By the time you get there, you hear the wall right here next to you. Something heavy smashes into it and half the wall falls in.
Oh. Not going back the way I came. All right, Tooth's action is going to be the intelligence save. That is an 8. Um, and so he is moving around this corner. Does he see anything as he gets here?
Yeah. You see something you've never seen in the flesh other than a vision. It's about almost 10 feet tall, horns, definitely a full blood living minotaur.
Oh my God. What's it doing?
Currently trying to get to you and take your head off, sir. It's like snarling at you and going, Dwarf, good. You're doing quite well. You're not there yet. Maybe I will let you see the big guy.
Is it saying that in Minotaur, which I
No
speak?
comment.
Okay. I speak Minotaur. Okay, I knew a little bit of conversational Minotaur. Enough to get around to
If
Minotaur
you
City.
would like to, it is technically your turn because he goes next. His turn was to smash that.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to take, I
Instead of
would
just
take the
stood there.
full movement. Okay, I would take the full movement from my previous turn. So I moved, shit, where was I? I guess that was it. Okay, so I'm going to take my action to roll again, intelligence. That is a 6. And we are moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Well, the cube is going to move its whole 5, 10, 15 feet. The Minotaur, you need to roll again for his smash. Oh, okay. That's all I'm saying. He definitely gets through this wall and is now right here beside you. The Talos just moved on top of you. Yes, he did. What's it going to be, Dwarf? Me, or would you like to keep running away?
And that Tooth is going to speak in Minotaur and say, For me, Minotaur are bloodkin. I don't want to fight you, but will that get me out?
You know our language, Dwarf. None of your kind has been allowed near us in centuries. Who are you? Why are you here? How did you get here? This is for our young. You should not be here. Your Minotaur is actually terrible too. You really need to practice.
Tooth is going to. He's not relenting in his posture. He's in battle stance and he's grabbing his claw and he's going to say, I learned my Minotaur from the same person that taught me everything I know about fighting. Prex the Mighty. Do you wish to see that method in action?
How do you know that name?
She was my mentor. What was she to you?
Our leader. Where are you from?
Tooth is going to kind of look surprised at that and say, I'm a dwarf from Windkeep, but I met her. I met her when she had entered a different stage of her life. She was not corporeal. She was. She came to me in a
Takes you
time of need,
centuries.
and yet she came to me all the same. And now she's really, really gone. And I don't know why I'm here.
You can able to tell, like, he's, as soon as you said her name, his axe went down.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he stopped raging.
Tooth also did not know how to say the word corporeal and minotaur, so he said he said body person. She was not body person.
Just
I
like
don't.
rid of a friend, an enemy. What do you know of her? And like he pulls out a horn, he blows the horn, and you
Oh, shit.
hear everything stop, and like walls start to shift and move for you. And pretty much like as soon as he starts blocking, the maze moves out of his fucking way.
Just gonna follow him. He's keeping one hand on his weapon, but it's down as well, and he's gonna answer him, and I'll adjust to the level of minotaur that he actually has. He's gonna adjust. He's gonna have one hand on the weapon and say, "She very private. She did not share much with me about her history, who she was, but I knew her soul."
Describe her.
And Tooth will describe her from memory.
That is Breck Stonehoof. One of our greatest. How she found you? That is We always go to the other side. We never stay behind. Do you know why she's still here? And how long ago since you saw her?
If not for her, I would be dead or lost. She
Not a
saved
difference.
me. She was restless somehow. I I believe now she is truly gone. Her horns, they were buried.
You were
She
given back to
disappeared.
yours.
Yes,
Ah, that is a tale for another day.
I believe she rests.
Forgive me. Toverick, Stonehoof. This would have been my dwarf third generation grandmother.
It is an honor.
This maze was dedicated to her. Please come. And he's going to take you to the center of the maze, right over here. Right over here. Where? We'll move you guys all over. Pretty much come right to the middle here. So you find yourself in the middle of an area where there's another massive minotaur. I will take everything off the GM layer. It's on the regular layer.
Out of curiosity, is Ben here now? Is Ben
No.
here now? Ben is
I
not
already
here.
rolled. No.
Oh my
Ben had a
god,
plus
everybody
one.
got an
Ben had a +1, and Ben's third roll was a nat 20. Like,
Oh my god.
nat 20s to get out of this place. This is retarded. You're also hovering around, getting close to, like, you don't know how long you're here for. But for Tooth, for the rest of you, immediately are back in the Drow area, and Tooth's the only one who never showed up. Francisco, you still feel like shit with 13 hit points. But you see another massive minotaur, and in the center of this place is a statue of Prex with a lot of names engraved around it.
Tooth is gonna drop his weapon on the floor and walk over and kneel down and start to read.
Thorin, Earth Splitter, her mate and shield bearer, hero of the Southern Siege. Velring of the Crimson Power, Prex's daughter, known for taming flame-hearted beasts. Tarn, the twice lost, her apprentice who failed 2 trials of the maze, but rose to lead the maze hearts. Old Drazik, Prex's mentor, blind and scarred, but said to see with spirit sight. Zifa Brokenbow, a rival war priestess who challenged Prex in the Festival of Thorns. Gorn of the Obsidian Spiral, a prophet who carved Prex's path in bone runes. Kelrix the Hornstar, a foreigner turned lover, said to have taught Prex celestial navigation. There's about another 100 names on here.
The ones that you
Friends. There's also enemies on here that she has killed. There's more names there than there are friends. She was known as, where to put it? Prex the Wild Singer.
The the names that you do have, do you mind sending those to me
Yeah,
or
I'll
in the
send you
chat?
the main list here, yeah.
Yep. The Wild Singer. Did Tooth have any memory of her singing?
She hummed a little. She more hummed when she was like farming or planting or trying to because she couldn't. These be like more memories because she didn't really have a lot of memories to herself. Kind of like then, like when you're a spirit or whatnot, you sometimes don't get everything. So
Mm.
she didn't have a lot of she didn't remember dying. She didn't remember that. There was lots of things she didn't remember. She remembered most of her training more than anything.
Yeah, muscle
How she could
memory
still
stuff.
teach. Yeah.
Tooth is going to turn and say, "Why Wild Singer?"
Ah. She was the wild singer of the Moon Sea. I have a history roll, please.
6.
You've never really. Yeah, with a 6, that one's hard. Unless you ask more, you're not going to get more of the Moon Sea. You're not You're not really a geography buff, but you definitely know you're still on Lunar, which is strange because you never knew there was other Minotaurs here. You haven't seen any.
Are we near Moonsea now?
Oh, you don't know your geography. You're in the Moonsea Mountains, in the city of Fall. It's our homeworld, our hometown. Pretty much straight north of the Wind Keep. 300 miles.
Mm.
You, I thought the dwarfs would have taught you about us. They taught many of us, obviously. Interesting. You know nothing about us, but you know about her, and she didn't teach you about us. Strange.
She she forgot things. She maybe didn't know anymore.
No,
She was a hero.
this was more than you know. Well, young one, what's your full name?
My name as she met me was Orion Voguundstol. But she helped to give me the name Tooth. That's my name now.
Okay. Good. I see you are starting to fade, which means whatever brought you here is ending. Come find us. I will teach you more. And you are back in Netherlands also.
Wait, I thought it was a
That's
goner
the
in
good
there.
news. No, I was hoping Francisco was going to be got in there, but that didn't happen.
He got out. He got out. Everyone got out so fast.
Everyone got out so fucking fast.
Only person to take their way out of it.
You had 11 gelatinous cubes, 12 mimics. The 2 drow that came with you are still stuck there. And
Oh my
about
God.
another, you missed 3 pit traps, which were 100 feet deep with spikes. Yeah, you guys missed a lot.
Good session,
was 3
guys. Way to
That was
skip
3
3
hours
hours.
on that map. Yeah, that was 3 hours on that map.
I was
But because it's
the
a spell and you're not there, I have to go by what the spell says. So if you can roll your intelligence save, you can just randomly pop out. I don't understand that, but sure.
if anybody was going to be stuck down there,
Which
Tooth
is
was
why I claimed
bizarrely the
Talos. Yeah.
most qualified to be down
Yep.
there.
I have a
I've had
-1
her,
intelligence.
you do. I've
Oh.
had her backstory for a long time, and when it came to the point where I had to get rid of her, I'm so happy this brought her back. Because now you get
Yeah,
to
no
learn
kidding.
later about. But yeah, so you
The
guys
name
eventually, after the 10 minutes is up, Tooth finally shows back up with a big smile on his face.
and really quick, the name of that fall.
Fall, yeah, in the Moonseed Mountains. The
I've,
Moonseed Mountains are not on our map, but if you tell these guys, most of them should know.
yeah,
Francisco,
I got a
Steven
12
should
on
know.
history, so I don't think.
No.
Tooth is going to say, Oh, are you guys okay? Were you there?
Briefly.
Yeah, I found this barrel that just kind of had a switch in it. I got it out.
I fought a cube. It was like a gel. Oh my god.
So
Was
you
I the
fought
only
a
one stuck there?
You're immediately getting a hug from Helga. Don't do that again.
Oh, I didn't want to. It was
You look
before
somber. What happened?
before Tooth says anything else. I don't know if it's going to be maybe like a retroactive insight here. A 14. Does Tooth feel like this play, like the identity of the Minotaurs in this place was a secret? Like this is something he shouldn't share?
You told him about Prex.
Mm-hmm.
You've never heard of the place where you are before, and he did say it was almost like a temple. So I'm going to leave that up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think Tooth is going to say, it was, I didn't know where it was. I'd never seen it before, but there was a Minotaur. And I remembered how to, I spoke to him and he spoke to me and they knew Prex, my mentor, was their matriarch, their hero. They let me go, I think. They even invited me to come visit. I don't know how to get there.
Did they say where they were?
I would
Oh,
definitely go. Where? What? Where?
they said it was the Moon Mountains. Thul? Or the Moon,
History rolls, please.
History.
I haven't made this yet because I didn't think we were actually ever going to go there.
Ooh, that's really good for Francisco. What's my history again? Plus
I didn't roll well for the others.
18.
Yeah, Francisco. So Luna 1 that you guys are currently on, I'll quickly move you guys over to that map. Maybe. So many maps granted. Okay. So on New Luna, picture this like you're on the bottom half of the middle continent. Imagine this completely flipped. It's almost like a carbon copy on the top half of the continent you are. So where the Misty Mountains are, right up here, so south of the Windkeep, if you flipped it up, that's where the Moonsea Mountains are, literally right above where you were born.
wow.
That's where they have been hidden, sir.
And then the only as Tooth remembers these names,
No one would know Fall, the home. That wouldn't have. There's no books about that.
is the name there's one on here that says like Tooth is assuming all these different people that are listed are
Those are all pretty much the
Minotaurs.
friend list, not the enemy list.
On the friend list is Kelrix the Hornstar, which is listed as a foreigner. Does he recognize that name, or does that name sound like a non-Minotaur?
Which one's right?
Kelrix the Hornstar, a foreigner turned lover, said to have taught Prex celestial navigation.
Oh, yeah, definitely not anyone you would know. Kilrick's the Horn Star.
Just another name, probably.
Yeah, for you it'd just be another name.
He was curious when he read foreigner if that means a foreign race or just a minotaur from another place.
Yeah,
But
you haven't had time to figure out all the tribes. You would know they're a tribe community.
okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Oh,
Okay.
I should roll for Ben though. Ben's getting memories back. And Ben did rip Rex's horns off, so Ben would know a little bit more about Minotaurs than you. Give me one sec. I close Ben's history. Oh no, it wouldn't be a history. Would I do a history or make Ben do a wisdom save? Learn. I think he'd know by now. I'll do a history roll. Yeah, it's been a while for Ben. He only rolled a 13.
There's one other when he got to that name Valkyra Skybrand. He sees who claimed Prex would return during an eclipse. Does Tooth have any memory of a lunar or solar eclipse near the time when she came to him?
It's definitely at night for you, because your fight took a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a. You remember that day quite well. I'll take a history with advantage, please.
Yeah. Well, and I need it. So my +0, I need it. 17. Hey.
Yeah, definitely would have been around then.
Wow. Okay. So now Tooth is kicking himself for not telling the Minotaurs while he was down there. But yeah, he continues to explain. He says there was a statue for her, all these names, Minotaurs that followed her, friends. Anyway, it sounded like they did not bring us there. Do you know how we got there? Any of you?
Francisco, the box that you opened is now no longer there, sir.
Thank God. Because I don't want this thing anymore. But Brandon, I do have to ask you about the other items. I know we have a list of them,
I
but
created them all already. They're all in D&D Beyond, sir.
okay. Will you? I took notes actually on the list, but I think I might have missed some things. Can you like send that in Discord just so I can?
They all are in Discord. If you scroll up, I copy and pasted the entire list.
Why do I keep on missing everything?
I
Oh,
don't know.
there it is. It's because I always look in general stuff
That's
for
fine.
some
So
reason.
yeah, so the Black Pearl of Vengeance,
Hmm.
perfectly round black pearl with a subtle crimson shimmer when held in the palm, vibrates faintly. You get a +2 bonus to insight and intimidation checks. It is cursed. If you are betrayed or perceived betrayal, Pearl whispers possible culprits' names to you telepathically. You must succeed a 15 wisdom save or be compelled to confront and attack one of the named individuals within the next hour. It's pretty much like a lesser version of Sabryn's Hexblade sword. Hers isn't as painful yet because she's only one level Hexblade. Then the Abyssal Compass, which is also cursed, it'll pretty much point you towards the nearest treasure hoard of at least 1,000 gold or more within a mile. But while attuned to it, your alignment shifts one step towards chaotic evil, which for you, we're already there. Or would we be there again? Or still? You've changed a little bit.
I'm still chaotic. I'm chaotic neutral.
Okay, we're there then. Yeah, if you put that on and you fail your wisdom save, you would definitely immediately go back. Not that you know that,
Yeah.
but you know there's
Eh,
a pinky there.
oh yeah, I definitely expect that.
Yeah. But if you wanted the sword, it's going to take you an hour to attune to it, sir.
Hmm. That's fine. I'm definitely
I've
taking the
already
sword.
created them all. Yeah.
And I don't know.
The cake's not bad either.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I kind of like the cake too. But we'll discuss this when everyone's here. But dibs on sword. That's the only thing I'm calling dibs on.
I don't think Ben would need anything out of that. Ben's pretty good.
And we don't have to attune to everything, so we don't have to use everything. But I'm gonna put it all in my inventory for now.
Yeah. Ben has the enemy of one detection, so like would have been perfect in the maze to use if you could have found him. But I rolled. Yeah. Well.
The enemy of one detection.
Yeah. Wand of enemy detection. That's what Ben's got. 7 charges. You can expend a charge, speak command word for the next minute. You know the direction of the nearest creature hostile to you within 60 feet, but not the distance from you. It can sense the presence of hostile creatures that are ethereal, invisible, disguised, or hidden, as well as those in plain sight.
Yeah, I know that's what you meant, but it's just because you said enemy of wand detection. Just a picture of someone going around, something poking up. Wand nearby.
I love it.
I like the idea of like an enemy where it's like it's like, hey, that guy's got a wand.
Yeah. Hey guys, he's got a wand. Should we do something about it? No, he's fine. Are you sure? Are you sure?
We attack.
Yeah. But also now you know Prex's last name, Stonehoof.
Yeah, Dunhoof.
Stonehoof. And yeah, the guy that was talking to you was also a Stonehoof, Kovac. Yeah. But definitely, yeah. I thought I'd have some fun. So, what would you guys like to do now? You do know that nothing more is happening until tomorrow morning with Priences. I think what your plan was to go into Yarn Spinner for the evening and spend some time there.
Yes.
Whether or not you still want to do that after this is up to you guys.
Yeah, Francisco still
feels like finally, eventually, once to come back, you find the remains of 2 dead Drow beside you that died to something. They pretty much appear and are just there.
Looks like they didn't make it. What a random and unpreventable tragedy.
Someone to tell about gesturing to the bodies.
Right.
They definitely look like they have been coated in acid. It's pretty much just bone left. And a bit of magical gear, but not a lot. But so far, no one has noticed because they're dealing with other things.
Francisco, if I go tell some guards or somebody about these bones, are they going to think I did it?
Maybe. I don't know. We should probably let's just go talk to Grandma and tell her.
Right.
As you guys go back through the door, 10 minutes, well, it'll be about 15 now after Tooth talked a little, maybe 20. You definitely just see Dad still pretty much exactly where he's left you, and pretty much Lilith and the Natured Mother are having a conversation, but the rest of the Natured Mothers are there, and the Council have come back. Francisco, weren't you going to bed? What?
We found a box of Princey shit. Turns out it was magical. That some of your cards are dead.
did you do?
Nothing.
Been,
The box did it.
it's been 15 minutes, Francisco.
And you have 2 people dead. But I'm alive. Thanks for asking.
You're just gonna see her just motion to Lilith, and Lilith is just gonna walk over to you and go, "Show me, please." And where's this box?
Yeah, it disappeared.
They do that. Well, I should be able to ascertain what happens. Let's go. And Lilith pretty much comes out, takes a look at the bodies, and goes, acid. Right. Well, I don't think any of you could have done that fast. Maybe Talos.
I can vouch that there was in fact a box, and that I did not do that.
I can't do that.
She immediately looks at Talos and goes, "Oh, okay, thank you, Talos. Because you are immediately under a zone of truth anytime you talk to any of these people now for the rest of your entire life."
So nothing's changed.
Yep. Okay, well, I'll deal with it. And she like pretty much just like opens up like on the palm of her hand, and they just like almost turn to like ash, and she goes, "There, dealt with. Go to bed, Francisco. That's not going to heal on its own. Maybe go visit your friend."
Yeah.
She's going to point to the Vardo. This is the first time anyone's known he's in there.
Oh. You know, weirder things have happened. Yes. So I can't say I'm surprised.
Please deal with him soon.
He's fine.
If anyone here finds out, let's leverage Francisco.
Yeah, I don't think he's that easy to be used as leverage.
Well, you'd be surprised. Oh, shoot, please. Sorry, I'll go back in. So, what do you guys like to do? Francisco's got 7
Yarn spinner.
She was a little rude, but she's right.
You said days are different in there.
It's my domain. Days are as long as I want them to be.
I don't know. I'm really fucked up. I need time.
But how much time would you like to pass out there? That's the kicker, sir.
I need to be back in the morning.
And how much time do you need?
I don't know, a couple of weeks. Francisco doesn't know, so all he knows is he's really fucked up. So he's gonna say, yeah, a couple of weeks.
That'll be taxing, but doable.
Cool.
It'll cut back on story time. And this place is getting bigger and bigger every day. Okay, well, come on in. Who else is coming?
Down the rabbit hole.
Were you bringing Annabelle and Jim?
No, because Amber's doing her little fucking job.
Just checking.
She's a career woman now.
Okay, nope. That would have just opened more things up for me to have her know and learn and have to deal with. the less she knows, the better. Perfect. Great. All right, is everybody going in, or anybody staying out?
Well, if it's spending multiple weeks in there, definitely going in.
It's literally going to be an overnight there, but lots of time in there. So it all depends if you want a little bit of R&R, or just
have time to learn spells
quickly.
Helga needs to keep watch.
Someone's got to keep track of Lucky. He can be fine sleeping on his own, like he's in pretty much home almost, so he would be fine.
Francisco, do you want me in there, or is there something I can do on the outside here during that time?
I imagine my head just like halfway sticking out of this terrarium, like this globe.
It would be you. if you're already in, you just hear his voice. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine too. But I was thinking all cartoony, like no.
No, it's pretty much like you take a step forward and then you're in. It's like instant transition.
Okay. Either's fine too. So, I mean, I need to work on this new saber if I can get the feeling better. If you want to help me with that, but it's all good. I need the rest.
I mean, a few
Sabryn
weeks.
would probably,
I could go to
Sabryn
the
would
dome.
probably want time learning more about her sword and trying to figure out who the shadow bitch is. You know, Helga's just going to go with Sabryn, so she doesn't have a choice.
Would how 3 weeks on this map? What is or weeks? I don't know. What do we decide? 3 weeks is the amount of time.
I think, well, for them going in, 2 weeks is pretty much going to be like 10 hours out here.
Oh. Okay.
And technically,
we'll do 1 day for 1 hour. It'll be easy.
That being said, the second Talos realizes that Francisco is healed back and it's gone from healing mode to lounging mode, I'm dragging him back out again.
he knew it.
So yeah, Talos for you, you'd be in there for a week, and then you're going to be out here for 7 hours.
Plenty of time to learn all the spell scrolls given to me.
Yeah, I'm like, you would know while you're in there for a week that all the other animals and stuff in there are also training. There's a lot of magic being tossed around in there, sir. And a lot of pretty much everything in there is training.
Yard Spinner, I thought this was peaceful place.
Yes, they get bored. Once you get bored, just story times. Can I have a persuasion roll, please, sir?
Yeah.
There's board and training, and then there's gesture,
Preparing for war.
high level magic that happens to be going on at the same time. And then there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a 16 plus 12, 28.
Words. These are my friends. They became my friends. When I first was here, there wasn't as many, but over time, we've been here for a while. So they're third generation for most of them. On the inside. On the outside, it's only been maybe 3 weeks your time. It's been a while here. During that time, you can only read so much. I do have the ability to calm everybody down and make them, not sleep, but
Docile.
I have a way with animals. Yes, I have a way with animals, but it is taxing. During that time, a lot of them did want to learn about all the things that we've been reading about. So, for when we eventually get to where we're headed, they're going to guard the vaporized when we finally emerge. Don't worry, we will keep our bargain. We will stay hidden, but they're still fake creatures.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it.
Think of me like your sanctuary. Training grounds. Learning, training, learning, training. We have families everywhere here. Like I said, this place is getting bigger.
I suppose that explains all the Heragon in here.
Yes, they are interesting. Definitely one of the more rambunctious.
Did you tend to and when I've briefly read, and they've multiplied like rabbits.
Yeah. 3TO is going insane in here. He knows how to talk to everybody, every language. You're hitting and hearing conversations that nobody else does, sir.
Yeah, the second Francisco is healed.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely getting out. Talos is getting a headache in here.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're learning a lot. Like you're seeing races that are not on your list. There's Tender in there, Brownies. Well, I think Brownies are on your list, but there's definitely some of the races that you now know from your list that you know most of them. There's a lot more in here that are not on that. Mostly, you're not getting hostility in there though. Most of these want to be near Yarn Spinner. They don't want to deal with force, pretty much. You'd understand that.
So it is just boredom.
Yeah. But there's definitely a spot where they have guarded where you're not allowed to go past. There's definitely a border that you are not allowed to go through.
I mean, during the week, I'm definitely going to have to ask why.
All you're going to be told is for your protection, sir. And ours. You might be able to figure out that most of Yarn Spinner's brood doesn't hang around a lot.
Okay.
The spiders are a little weird for some people. So maybe they're protecting them. It's hard to tell because you are not allowed to. Did Tooth go in? Sorry, or are you staying up all night out here?
Yeah, Tooth ended up going in.
Okay. Perfect.
I assume we
get
a long rest whilst in there.
Sorry, say that again, Talos.
I assume we get a long rest whilst in there.
Oh yeah, you get multiple.
Great.
So yeah, by all means, take a long rest. Yeah. I'll do that on the rest. Yeah. Yeah, you'd notice Ben is also going around and talking to everyone. Some of them in their own language. Ben's definitely like more memories and stuff are coming back. Like Ben's almost like looks like an elf now, fully. Full color. On the ground again. Yep. Still squishy. He'd probably still squish himself, but doesn't do that often.
Tooth would like to talk with a handful to understand if do they know where they're going specifically? Do they have any the wilderness where we'll be releasing them? Like, do they have a geographic understanding of where they're headed? Also, like keep a little bit.
Yeah, they would definitely know that. As soon as you guys were shown like the best place for them by Puck, they have a map of New Luna here, and like they've already mapped out this is where we're going, and it's almost like they're setting up already for when they emerge. Like when you guys finally set this micro place down, it's going to transform what's currently there. Yes.
And just a general vibe check.
They're also changing the graphics, the topography inside there to almost match. So it's going to be like an easier transition. You're not going to have earthquakes, and mountains are just like gone where they have been. Yeah.
From any of their updated maps or talking to them, does it feel like there is an expansion plan, or like, and then we're going to go here and we're going to take over this area? What's going
Give
on?
me a straight investigation roll.
Yeah. Why do I have advantage on investigation? What is this? I'll
It's
take a
probably
straight.
for Mason stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, this rolled
Yeah, you're good.
advantage. Let me do a non-advantage.
It would have been the first roll anyway. The second roll would have been advantage. But with
It would have been 17.
ability,
Okay,
it would have been
gotcha.
a 17. Yeah, okay. Um, nothing really. No, no. This kind of more seems these guys are the only ones being upfront with you.
Ooh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah,
You'd
just
be able to tell that Yarn Spinner's probably not talking about it a lot. He's got other things on his mind. Might change the subject on a couple occasions, so he definitely keeping something back.
mm,
But he's an arch fan. That's what they do.
okay. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, anything specifically Francisco wants to do during your once you're back to full health during that last week, or just quick R&R and enjoying the peace and quiet.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much that. Freaking. Yeah, he's gonna be resting. He's gonna be moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably the first day where he's actually feeling good. That's when he's gonna mess with this new sword, and then at some point Talos is gonna be like, Francisco, we need to go, as he sits there with his pina colada and a coconut in a hammock.
Yep.
One day he would look
Hammock
and go,
made out of silk from Yarn Spinner, but yep.
Even better.
Yep.
That's a soft hammock.
You would also notice that Yarn Spinner is very good at making books. He creates books out of spider silk from himself, and like leather from somewhere. Kind of hard to tell where he's getting the leather from, but he's like writing books, making books, spell books, handing them out. So he's definitely teaching and expanding as the population in here expands. I'm going to assume that Sabryn and Ben also probably pilfer through his library at some point. I will let them roll for that, because it is extensive. It's not as big as Muna's library, but he has a lot of different things that they've never seen before. Talos, if you wanted to take a look through all what he has to, by all means, I will take an investigation roll or Arcana with anything you specifically want to look or ask him about.
okay.
Shoot the same for you. If you want to ask him about Minotaur lore, he'd probably have a book.
Yeah, that's exactly. So that's a that's a 19, straight 19. That's awesome. For anything, Tooth wants to find out about Minotaur lore, but he also wants to kind of plan ahead for the future and understand um, what his best, if he were to make this journey and accept their invitation, what would that look like? What would his path be?
He would definitely hand you a book. The History of Pharaohs. It is a plane of existence that consists of three distinct demi-planes: Nyx, the underworld, and the mortal world. And it is definitely home to a race of one of the first races of Minotaur, the humanoid version. It would also detail the monstrosity versions of Minotaurs, which speak abyssal, which are from a completely different place. The book itself is pretty much, think Olympus. That's the vibe you're getting. Greek lore and a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that would be like, oh, here's how to access Thal and here's how to get there.
No,
It's
because he's not fighting it.
mythology. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is about Theros before they were here.
Ah,
Minotaurs
okay.
before they were here. Their history, their home world, where
Got
you'd find most Minotaurs that are humanoid, not monstrosities.
Mhm.
There are like some demons and devils that create Minotaurs, but they're more a nastier version.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you actually look at the standard Minotaur, it speaks Abyssal, not Minotaur.
Mm.
It's weird. I don't get it.
Since we're there for a few days, I can make a few scrolls, right?
Yep.
Nice.
You don't have a lot of paper. He'd have some.
But I
Most
can
of his things,
I can
yeah,
produce more. I can produce more.
yeah, I know. But if you wanted anything higher level than what you know, you're not going to find a lot there that can help. Yeah. He's an archlich, but he is not a wizard.
Oh,
His stats are weird.
you also said we could go through his book collection.
He would let you, yes, but as long as he has copies of it. First editions he's not handing out. You can read it, but he's not letting you keep it.
Is it
Pretty
follows
much
a
anything,
a quick look
anything
for
5e lore, he'd probably have.
I don't know if this would be in 5 evil. I've been looking for what metal I was made out of.
He would definitely give you a book on the homeworld of Eberron, where Warforged are created.
I think I'd sit Spock down in front of that and just go scribe.
Yep.
Rescribe it, make copy.
Yep. He would also give you a brief. I'm thinking time-wise for him. He wouldn't know too much. He'd probably have a small book on it, but like planar travel and the different type of planes. But adamantium itself, it's a rare mineral. He'd probably have like a book about it, but not where like it would have places like you could go get it, but how to actually use it, I don't think he would have came across anything like that yet. He's fairly new here, and his library has been more well pilfered for the most part from other places, especially you'd see a lot of books that say property of Candlekeep. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So
Which I know the owner of Candlekeep. So if he knows, if the Taylor Shades ever finds out about the books that are in here, there might be a problem. I'll let him know because he was the keeper of all this knowledge.
I thought we just so in passing go. Do they know that you have these books and are sort of gestures who the Candlekeep ones?
You're gonna get like if you can see a sheepish grin from a giant arachnoid, you're probably gonna get one.
Right. And they had copies, right?
Oh, I didn't ask.
Cool. I'll be back, and I will probably be back to make copies of those. Make sure.
Okay. He'd even ask if you want copies, I can put somebody on that for you.
I know how annoyed people get when books go missing.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Yes,
annoyed I got when books got missing.
Yes, well, knowledge needs to be spread around. Or hidden. In the wrong hands, you go knowledge.
Yes. Yeah, trying to come up with something, I can't quote how to word it.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. It's gone.
Yeah. But yeah, give me a list and I'll let you know whether or not he would have that or not. He'd have almost most things that are interesting to him, or that maybe he could barter with elsewhere. He would definitely have a restricted section that you are not allowed in. And there's like maybe 10 books in there. His like library is a cave. That's all it is. It's just a cave with the shelves are all made out of spider silk, and you'd have like little tiny spiders like arranging them in alphabetical order. So if one falls off, they pick it up and put it back in. A little creepy. Maybe not for a Warforged, but I don't think Ben would be creepy. Sabryn and Helga definitely did. Anything else you guys want to do inside here?
Is there any hot herring on?
Fuck yeah. They're rabbits.
But we know what Francisco's doing.
Yeah. There'd be a wide variety. Some are small, some are tall, some are sulfur. There's a couple like albino ones with like patchwork fur. Yeah, there's a wide variety of a lot of races in here. We've got fairies in here. Whether or not you take the time to learn about all of them, that's upon you.
I think he's going to learn about it. Do you think he's going to even ask their name?
There's definitely some like 8-foot tall scraggy stuff in here. Yeah, there's a wide variety of weird shit in here.
Check
Those
that.
creatures.
Hold on. I got the perfect thing for this. Let's see. Francisco's trying to get laid. So that's a 29 to get laid with 3 different races.
29. Okay.
He's feeling better. What do you expect?
Look at the list.
Okay.
I rolled a D20 for races, so 3 races.
Going back with a spray bottle.
Yeah. Okay. I will come up with what you find that's amenable to a half drow, because there's not a lot.
I mean,
there'd be a couple humanoid-ish.
He bangs gnomes.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something humanoid, and like Harrigons are close enough. That's why I was like, is there any hot Harrigons?
You have Annabelle right up there. That's the funny part. Okay.
And he
can I have 3 stealth rolls to see if you can get away without these people knowing?
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Stealth. I have good stealth. First one is a 17.
Okay.
Second one is a dirty 20.
Okay.
And third one is a nat 20.
Okay, I'm not worried about the nat one then. So a 17 and a 20. Talos, what's your passive perception? Like 20?
I think it's 21.
21. Okay. Sabryn pretty good too. Tooth, I don't think you'd notice anything. Yeah, Sabryn and Talos definitely saw a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Francisco doesn't care that much.
I know.
He also went and had a foursome with
3
tattoo artists.
Yes. Well,
I thought it was 3 chicks.
It was 3. Oh, well, technically 4 with you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, you might learn a little bit more about that later, but sure.
While they're down there, Tooth is gonna ask. He's not sure if there will be anything, but he's gonna ask Yard Spinner. He's getting antsy, and he's gonna ask if there's anything that he can help to build or repair while he's down here.
He would ask you what you're better at, wood or stone. Obviously, you're going to
Stone.
say stone.
Yeah.
He would look at you and go, I don't really most things here sleep under the stars. Like, most here are just on the grass. There are the odd few that prefer having something over their heads. We do have a couple tree houses that people are in, and a couple trees that we've hollowed down. But stone, we do have a couple humanoids here that might be more comfortable with a roof under their head, but I'll send someone who can work stonework with you, and you can tell them how to do it. That'll be because I don't think you're going to be here too long, and building
No,
a
no,
stone house from scratch would be a
yeah,
while. So
not for a
I'll
whole
send
house.
someone.
Pass
If
along
you
what I.
design it, they can build it.
All right, yeah.
And
To the
definitely,
help.
okay. And like he's gonna give you a design, like pen, paper, and as soon as you start drawing, you get like a wide variety of like 2 or 3 different races come to you, take a look, and they're like
Mhm.
throwing input in, and it's like, well, we could add some columns here. How about a big fountain in the middle? We could do that, and like some stone columns. Like, are you good with like statues and stuff? Like they're going to go to town. It's like, if we're going
Mhm.
to design this, we're going to design this to last. And yeah, definitely within 4 days, they have pretty much what you, it's not specifically what you envisioned, because the people that are living there are probably going to say, oh, can we have this here? Can I go here?
Mhm.
But you definitely have humans here
Mm.
from Faerun. Not your
Interesting.
Faerun, the original Faerun, who will tell you that they were saved by Yarn Spinner before the world went to shit.
Mm.
About 12 of them. And they were all from Waterdeep and were students at Waterdeep High. So they're
Interesting.
like 16-ish. No no, they're like friends. They're now
Mhm.
single, no parents, no nothing. They're just a group of high school friends.
Still 16-ish? Or were
Yep.
16-ish?
Still 16-ish.
Mm. Yeah, and
Pass
Tooth was
by. Doesn't mean you get older.
Would we notice these people if we're not actively round tooth?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Humanoids do stick out because they're taller than most. Most things in here are 2 to 3 feet tall. And more of the 8 and big.
I'll probably make an off comment that there is another place of learning, not nearby, but could easily take them there if they wanted to continue learning.
Yeah, you'd be able to tell that they definitely don't want to stay here. They'd be like the odd ones that's like, oh, we can leave? Yeah, now. Immediately. They would like definitely tell you that they've never seen or heard of a Feywild before until this happened.
Mm.
They've just been coping.
You can see Talos doing some mental maths, working out where can he get to in time, how long will it take. Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
Now can Wade remember who it is he Talos needs to message before he uses their
Dean, Helen,
that was it.
Magnus. Yep. You also do have a teleportation circle right directly to her.
Yes, but she wanted us to message before using her.
Correct.
So I send something off saying found some new potential students. Will be may I use the teleportation circle?
Sounds it's been a bit. Hope you're well. Yeah, I can find room. Anything I should know?
A lot older
Have
than
to
they
send another one.
appear to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got spell slots.
I know.
To spare. much older than they appear to be, spent a lot of time around fey creatures, so they may have knowledge that you would not.
Okay.
So a lot of time
Private
reading
students. I like that idea.
very, very old books.
Send me through. With teleportation circle. I think you have to go with them, do you know?
I do, yes. But I can get back without having to take a long rest, because I worked out I can do a short rest and get a spell slot back.
Okay.
But that would be,
need to let Volo know.
that'd be an hour in the real world, so that'd be an entire day in the real world, so...
Yep.
So, yeah. It all works out. And I can, within 1 hour, 10 minutes, let's say 10 minutes outside plus sending, so about 1.5 hours, get them there and back. So that's 2 days. I mark off 2 days that aren't scrolled.
Okay. If you're gonna do that, when these guys are done, they're gonna be in Nafendal, and you're still gonna be at the sanctuary.
Oh no, I can teleport back to Volvo.
On the same day.
Yeah, because I can use the short rest
Oh, yes.
spell recovery.
Okay.
And I'm high
that's
level
easy.
now that I can get one.
Helen would be able to send you to Nafendal, even though, anyway, she knows Volo. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, you eventually send these kids to the sanctuary. Does he want to learn anything about it? Or is it just, oh, here you go, have fun, good luck?
I don't think it would occur to Talos to learn anything.
We will save that information for later.
More like a, you need help, message me.
Yeah, they definitely. You're a robot, sir. They've never seen anything like you before. There's not a lot of constructs on in Waterdeep. Especially not one like you. They're like pretty much like scared shitless of you the first time they meet you, but then they realize where they are and who they're with. Like it takes them about an hour probably to calm down a little, because you are completely different than anything these people have ever seen, especially at that age. They probably wouldn't even ask Yarn Spinner about you until they saw you. So, you have a quickly brief. Are you telling Dean Helen anything? Because she would ask you what's going on.
I think I'd answer any questions she asked, and offer up the knowledge that they are, well, since they've survived in here, even though they don't appear old, they have to mentally they are much older than they appear.
Yes.
And well, they know a lot about the Fae.
Okay. The only thing you probably would have had a quick visit from your creators, well, the ones who repaired you, and it seems one Professor Artemis has tripled the size of Star Labs.
Of course.
Let's go for break because it's been a couple hours, and then we will come back and deal with finish off Francisco's father bit.
Bringing forward to that.
Me too, sir. Cool. Let's take it. All right. Well, you guys all come back feeling great, relaxed, recuperated, and ready for whatever else comes come morning. You all find yourselves back in front of, well, Brian sees. Tooth, are you going to be present for this one? I left you outside with Helga the last time because I wasn't sure if you would want to watch Francisco kill and beat the shit out of his own father.
Tooth does not want to watch that. But
No.
is there any way you can hear or like
Today
help
he's
San Francisco if okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Today he's being judged in front of the mirrors.
Okay. Yeah, he wants to be. There's something about the mirrors that really bothers Tooth. He wants to be near enough to where like he has not abandoned his friends if he's needed, but
Okay.
he does not want to be.
Yeah.
So maybe down the hall, he can hear it, but he can't see it.
Okay. I'll put you where you were before, but we'll leave the door open this time. Or just there'd be a spot in there that you can we'll say there's a spot for you inside. That's fine. They'll have somebody else guard the door. All right. So in the morning, when you arrive back at the mirrors, you are going to see Priyancy bound, gagged, in the same chair, alive again. Still with one arm, because they didn't bother to regenerate for him. Valen now still has his arm. His remaining fist is clenched in anger. Once everyone is seated and ready to begin, you hear a quick prayer from the matron mother. And then you suddenly hear footsteps in the distance. Steps echo in this immense room, reverberating around like they're coming from everywhere. Everyone gets quiet and starts looking around, and you can all hear her say, "I asked for some help today." In the distance, you see a tall figure emerge from the distance, and all the Drow fall to their knees, even Lily. Clad in tattered robes and a porcelain mask, Axiom has answered her call. Level 20 clerics get a divine invention that just. I will show you a picture. And I'll take perception rolls, please. Your passive will work, Talos.
Thank you.
Anything over a 15 passive or roll.
No, 13.
Okay. Well, maybe not Francisco. Maybe he's staring at Daddy.
Probably.
There's a lot of powerful people in here. I assume someone has the ability to read minds, and for any chance they happen to be reading Talos's, it goes along the lines of, if I had a copper for every time I met a god.
You'd be at 15 cents? 20?
You already met
1,
two in person,
2,
though.
3.
Better than most.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, this is number 3 for you. For all these guys, it's probably number 1. Well, the same one for maybe a couple of them. And technically, you've met a couple Archfey that are hovering around close enough.
Yeah, but they're not planets.
No. Whoever rolled a 15 or higher. Axiom has always sounded male, which for the Drow being taken over by a male deity was hard. This one definitely has a female vibe, not male. And you even see a couple of the male for the first time seeing her as a her. Kind of like inwardly, right, they've kept that from us and made us think that a male was helping us. Interesting. Sneaky bitch. You're getting that vibe from most of the men in here. It's like sneaky. Thank you for answering my call. We need this one, and she's going to point to Francis, to show us his true self. He must not be allowed to choose what we see. Axiom will look at both mirrors, and with pretty much almost the same voice as the matron mother, it becomes a little like deeper, but definitely female. Everyone has been entitled to try and resist them. Yonel, we went over this. This is how they were created. Right? Since I created them, and he has done many, many awful things, it would be my pleasure. Then see Priences, the bound and gagged, hover, and like Axiom pretty much just grabs him by the throat and shoves his face into the man. Mirror of Unforgiving Shadows is first. You're gonna see something that looks similar. Priences is in a lab. Frankenstein's lab. Same spot where Talos created his suit. Chained up against the wall is Whisperclaw. What looks to be mages and artificers and a wide variety of other races here chained. All around the lab, you see scattered bodies, some crawling away, some begging for mercy. Shadows around the area gather and start to slice them apart until Priences emerges, naked, covered in their blood, which starts to soak into his body. You see Frankenstein then start carting the bodies to another area where Whisperclaw is dragged in. You see Priences bask in his own glory, stare at his hand, take off a glove, and kiss the tattoo that is on it. Session ends, and you see Axiom walk over and open up his clenched fist. But he has been holding. I thought I had a picture of this ready. Give me 1 second. I'll find it. Okay. Try to put it in D&D Beyond. I'm sorry, it's all funny, but I didn't. I will find it for you eventually. All right, I will describe it and eventually I'll show you what it looks like once I find the right place. As he opens the clenched fist, he touches it, and tendrils of inky black come out of it and wrap around Axiom. The whole room goes black, and you hear the sounds of blades being unsheathed and magic from the matrons Lilith and the cancel spring to life, waiting for whatever fuck is to come. A deep, deep voice echoes all around you. Pathetic godling, you are not prepared for what is to come. Run along and lead your own world and leave this one to me. Or he will not survive the coming. Tell the rest to take what they deem worthy of surviving back to their own fucking worlds. Lunara will be mine. And when it is mine, yours will soon bow. The tendrils then start to squeeze Axiom. And you see Lilith run over and cut off Prience's other hand. The following detonation knocks her off her legs and tosses her against the wall where she slumps dead. Axiom, the tendrils finally go away, raises one hand, and you see and hear her breathe once again. The gag has came out of Prience's mouth, and he just smiles. A smile that's not his own. I told you men will rule. Axiom then picks him up and tosses him towards the other mirror. Right. Well, this one might answer all what we are wondering. The Mirror of Forgotten Truths will make him remember his bargain with this dark entity. You see, where to put it? You see this figure, all inky black, hung to a kneeling Francis. Quite young, like really young, like Francisco's age, young. The dark entity called himself Caden, the Burning Flame. First god of this realm, his planet died long before the others were created, and has since been drifting off into the darkest regions of space. He claims to be the god of vengeance, secrets, pain, and broken oaths. He tells Priences that he can help him forge a new society of Drow. Ones who don't need to leave that don't need to live in fear of the light above, but ones that can use the shadows and bring it to harness their power. All willing to bow to a male and fight will serve him until death will be rewarded. They will all swear oaths of vengeance against Prience's enemies and do anything and everything they can to protect him. And if you die, one of your children will take your place by my side. So train them well, and choose them well, or I will choose for you. You see Priences kneel, and dark tendrils spread forth and embed themselves in his palm, where a cracked sword of flame appears, and then the vision fades. Axiom then looks around at everybody, picks up Priences, sets him down on the table where you see other Drow chain him back. Axiom nods to the Mother Matron. Well, he is now yours to deal with, as is fit. I'm sorry about your upcoming loss. No, I'm not really. Okay. Honor to your house and your bloodline. You currently have work to do. And she looks at all of you. You six with me outside. Now.
God, I'm sick of dealing with gods.
Yes, well. As your father would say, shit happens. Get over it.
We see the sword.
That's no longer here, sir. You got rid of it. And
No,
it's
the
currently
flaming sword that just came out.
on his. No, it's just a tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, once Brandon finds where he put the tattoo,
Sorry.
I will.
I misunderstood. I thought that was essentially like,
Not like her sword, no.
yeah.
I have a picture of it somewhere, but you think I'd be able to find where I put it?
I thought essentially a sword shot out of his tattoo.
Oh no.
Because I was like, interesting. Because my only thought was frostbite.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Frostbite. So fire, nice. But yeah.
Yeah. No, completely different story. So she's taking you all outside to your Varda. And as you get to your Varda, time seems to stop. Well, well, well. How are all of you? You've been, well, you were busy, and then you took a little bit of me time, which I approve.
Didn't ask for your approval.
I'm a little dimmer than the rest.
You mean like trying to, attack me in your temples multiple times? That
Oh, I thought you'd learn, but apparently you didn't. Not everyone that comes to me learns, but I think in time you will.
a scoff.
Haga is waiting for you. I told Lunara everything that just happened, and she told me to hurry you all up. Do you need any comments, questions?
Power?
You have lots. You just need to learn how to use it properly.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, Orion.
It's Axiom. He kind of looks at everybody and then he goes, "Who was that voice and in the mirror? Who was that?"
No, Who or what that is was none of us do. If our creator was awake, we would ask them, but they are still resting after creating the 8 of us so long ago. Soon they will wake up and move on to create another realm. It's fair, but for now it's up to us. We will, of course, spread word and be on the lookout for any of Prince's followers that are probably now either in hiding or planning for their next move. None of us saw or heard this coming, so whatever was helping him has the ability to hide from even us. That scares me for the first time in my life.
So that explains why we couldn't just spy on him.
Correct. Seemed far away, really far. I couldn't get a location of whatever that was.
It's not like y'all been fat dog help anyway.
You'd be surprised. Plus, you're not one of mine. You've never actually sworn an oath. Or, well, we don't have a connection like I do with your grandmother. Unless you want one.
So what? You're just twisted and amended like her, right?
So you're to say that again, because I missed that.
So what? You're just twisted.
I would say twisted. To help those that kind of want to help. If you would like a more deeper connection, Francisco, or Francis, I would be happy to help. But that's on you.
Deeper how? And this is partially AJ asking, because I think I know what you're getting at, but I'm gonna. Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I'm getting at.
That sounds kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. This is a one and done. You would get that offer. This is a permanent change.
I figured. Well, we know how I am with permanent changes.
Yeah.
No, actually, that sounds really fun. So, let's do it.
Well,
Tooth is going to try to whisper to Talos, but it's probably a little too loud. He's going to say, are we still Lunaran ambassadors? Did this just change?
I think we still.
Okay.
I think it's just.
It's just another one of Francisco's contracts.
Tooth nods. He's trying to not make eye contact with Axiom. He's just looking around.
mm-hmm. Sorry, one second. I'm trying to find a file.
Brandon's about to blow my mind.
Yeah.
Because I think I know what I'm expecting, but I'm probably wrong at the same time. Excuse me.
We'll deal with that after once I find the correct thing. My computer is looking for the right file. Well, Renaris asked me to help get you to where you need to be for your missions and with your full friend. And your arch witch. I don't know if she's a problem here.
Yeah, she's kind of more of an ally.
very well could be a problem. Anyway, we need to get we need to get the Drow, the queens and all the Fae stabilized ASAP. Those under the dome belong to none of us, and Lunar has kindly asked us not to peek in on her project. When we get everybody settled down to talk, finally, it will give you time to help clean up everything else that is going around here. And, well, there's a lot of people trying to cause a war between everything under the dome and here. We all need you to help stop that from happening. People see you all as ambassadors between us and them. It can be used for your advantage, getting into places no one else could. So use that thing. Don't hide from it. Make people listen to you. Find those that want to destroy everything inside that dome and destroy them first. Or get help. I assume they also have their own going on issues, so figure that out too. You five, and you have Helga walk up and punch her right in the fucking face and say, 6. And then you have Lucky turn and put a horn to her back. And with a little snort, you hear 7. You 7 soon will change this world. For better or worse, that is up to you. Lunara will help once you can, but keeping that dome in place is a struggle for her more than you know. Inside the dome, also quite powerful. Some would even give us gods a run for our money. So do what you think is right. Many people will despise you, make you feel unwanted, but that's why I took up with the Drow in the first place. You and them are more alike than you know. Anyway, I tend to ramble when I leave home, so it's best I head out. When you're ready, I'll leave you near Cog. The trial you face there will be hard, but necessary. If any of you fail in the upcoming months, your sacrifice and memory will be remembered by everyone. That I guarantee. And there are many out there that will help if you can find them. It's like a shimmering portal appears.
Is the trial like the maze?
Oh, that place you went to? No, this is harder than that, too.
Oh,
Saga's husband's interesting. But necessary.
One more thing.
Yes.
Can you find me the sheet to do this? As I pulled up Frostbite.
The sheath you have for Frostbite. You have another sheath that is empty, sir.
I was thinking it was the other way around.
You have the sheath for Frostbite.
Yeah. Tell me where the sword is from that. I know it's not going to be that easy, but I have to.
You've already been told that you and she points to Frostbite, need to learn to get to know each other first. If you can do that, then maybe. But I'm sure you might figure it out. Yeah, Francisco, with me.
Fine. Tickety.
You guys pretty much like immediately see Francisco and her go somewhere and then vanish.
Francisco gonna go bang a
Oh.
god.
The portal was open for you guys to go in. It is still hovering there. It kind of looks like one of the mirrors.
Is time still stopped?
No, like immediately as soon as Francisco was gone, it went back for you guys.
think Talos would poke his head through the portal to have a look, and then probably just go back.
You're going back where?
Oh, if the portal that they've gone through is still there, you just stick his head in out, so it's to on the other side. And
If you stick your head in, you're immediately past her, sir. And you
are in a very,
very nice forest. On a trail leading somewhere.
I walk backwards through the portal again to the Vardo.
It won't let you.
Talos,
It's a one way.
Oops.
I'm gonna check in on him. Somebody wait for Francisco. Jeez. Who's gonna go through?
Like immediately as soon as you go through, good old Lucky follows like immediately. I don't know what computer I have this on. Okay. Alright. Francisco, you find yourself back in the very first temple you've ever been in of Axiom. The first one where a hand held out. And you shook a hand. That's today's here. In front of you is an oath. It's of the Forsaken. I will copy and paste it to you, sir. He's just going to ask you if you would like to take it. And become a paladin of Axiom.
Paladin. Ooh.
All your levels. No more bard. No more rogue.
Ooh.
One and done.
You know what?
This puts you to 10.
Wow.
You're going to be taking the Oath of Devotion.
Oath of Devotion. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And you will also have to put your strength to 13 to become a paladin.
So I'll have to rearrange my stats?
Nope.
Or I'll just bump it.
13. Yep.
Okay. Interesting. You know what? Francisco makes deals. Francisco. Let's do it. Fuck it. I'm not even gonna. I was gonna look stuff up, and I'm not going to. This is Francisco.
Yep.
So, I'm guessing I take the hand, and I say, I kneel not in pride, but in purpose. I was once forgotten, now I remember. I was once discarded, now I stand. In the name of Axiom, keeper of the Forsaken, I bind my soul to those cast aside. I will shield the lost, walk beside the hopeless, and strike down those who would grind them into dust. I swear to bear their sorrow as my armor, their pain as my blade, and their silence as my battle cry. Let the world turn its back. I shall never turn mine. Let the light abandon them. I shall become the fire in the dark. I am the hand that reaches back. I am the voice that says, you are not alone. By this vow, I am reborn. By this vow, I am never again my own.
You were given this oath. And as you speak the final word, I will have to create something for this. But what armor are you currently wearing?
I think I'm wearing a. Let me look.
Are you in the Mariners?
Yes, I am in the Mariner's breastplate.
Perfect. It is changing to full plate.
Okay. Change that now.
I will come up with something homebrew for you. But you rise as a champion of Axiom, sir. Paladin, Oath of Devotion.
Oath of Devotion. Let's see. Mariner's plate armor. There it is.
Yeah, I'll change it. I'll upgrade it and give you something homebrew.
Yeah, just that way it's in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I can't even wear that.
You can do Oath of Devotion or Oath of the Open Seas. She could do that for you too.
Ooh, let me get back to you on that. Let me look at the two. Yeah, let me look at the two. I think Open Seas already sounds like Francisco.
That story might be better. Yeah. But I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah, I will look at
Open Seas. You'd have to go down to the 2024 Devotion. 2014 is Open Seas, I believe. I don't know if you can do the regular, but we'll figure it out.
Yep. And that's also going to give me a level up, right? You said.
Now you can go to 10.
Okay, because
So
now let me. Do I need to re-roll health, or do you want me to keep it where it is and then just bump it up to whatchamacallit?
It should change for you, I think.
It should. Well, I've been rolling manually.
Oh, then yeah, roll manually for the column if you want.
Okay.
As long as it's not lower than what you currently are.
Yep, that's no problem. Because
Paladin D10 now, or is it still a D8? Can't remember.
I think it's D10. Let me look. Because I have a copy of Francisco de Corsair for shit like this.
Here's D10 for your hit die. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I should be above no matter what, but.
Yep. And at least it's still charisma based-ish.
Yes, it is. Thank God. Now look here. Full plate. I can't wear if I bump up to 13. It's 15.
You can still wear. Oh.
It's a 15 requirement.
Okay, yeah, go half plate.
Okay, half plate that works. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'll put something in there for you. Don't worry.
Cool.
And yeah, I'll come up with something fun.
You all right?
You also might have a mask now too that matches hers.
Interesting. Okay, and one of these has to be his ability score approved.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out. You have lots of time.
I'm just trying to remember.
Yes.
So
you guys all eventually find yourself in a lovely forest somewhere. I will take survival rolls to see if you can figure out where you are.
Oh, 24.
Nice.
High rolls today.
7.
That's fitting for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tiff, well, whoever rolled anything over 18, you find yourself in front of a big old archway that says, "Welcome to Yuna." In the archway, oddly enough, a pseudopod comes out and gives you guys a wave. Oh, you guys are back. Taka said she's waiting for you guys. Told to come let you all in. It is the voice of Grimgrin, who is now the archway to New Yuna.
Nice.
And you all definitely see Francisco come in, looking bigger, beefier, and in plate armor.
Like the mask.
Good there.
And you can also change to lawful neutral, sir.
Interesting. Yeah, but yes, it makes sense.
Sure does.
That's not a problem at all.
No. Whereas Francisco has new purpose. Now that his story is done, time for input. You would have definitely left hearing the screams of your father, dying once again, finally. Terminal.
And Francisco has a sense of satisfaction.
I think this is a good place to end.
I think so too.
Damn.